Hey guys, Stephanie Denman here from the Denman Homestead, and I'm working on project number 2 of the day. I just got finished making Lola a hay feeder, so if you missed that video, go check out how I used some wood scraps and rope around here to make her own little feeder system above her litter box. But now I'm moving on to my second project of the day that I've really wanted to be working on for a long time, but have put off for various reasons. And let me show you what I want to do. So as you guys know, this is my workshop. It's inside the barn, and I have very limited space. So, say hello, chickies. I've got eggs incubating over here, literally using every square inch that I can to maximize space. There's some times where I just want to sit down on this couch and take a load off and maybe watch TV and eat a snack or have a drink, but I don't have like a TV tray or anything to really set my drink down on. And this is a white couch, right? Or a cream colored couch. I got this couch thinking it'll be in my office space. I don't really have to worry about animals or kids getting on it. Joke's on me because animals and kids are in here all the time. But I still would love to just have somewhere where I can sit without a bulky table in the way and maybe have like a little area where I can set my drink down, maybe a small plate. So I got to thinking, I'm going to build a armrest table. And what I mean by that is this armrest, I believe, is wide enough. I mean, look at the remote. That I could basically make a upside down U shape and slide it onto that armrest where it would give it stability. I may even have, I'll have to go look, because I think once upon a time I bought these hinges for another project that I never finished or did, but the hinges are ones that you can, like this, but they're smaller. It's the ones that will prop up a table here. So I could do two things with it. I could start off with just the U, upside down U, and have it here, slide it on here, and have a little hard surface. Or I could do that and then add on a pop out. Now I need to make sure that whatever pop out is not going to interfere with this door, because God forbid I had a plate sitting right here and someone opens the door and it pops it all off. I kind of doubt though that, I'm just trying to see here, like I'll probably make it to where it won't take the length of the armrest off. It'll probably be from here to here, if anything, just something small. That way, even if I do have something that pops up a bit to give me a little bit of extra room, it shouldn't be too bad if someone opens this door, right? That's what I'm thinking. It just depends on if I can find the hinges and how long they are. That kind of depends on all of that. Regardless, I'm going to do the U thing first, because I think that would help. That would be beneficial, because I can't really necessarily sit a coffee cup or a glass of water or something on here, because well, first of all, it's not very sturdy, and it's white, and it's couch. So yeah, let's build something. Let's eyeball it and build something. Right, chicks? What do you think? I think they agree. But first, let me take some measurements. Probably, I don't want it too much like wiggle room. I'd like it to be snug. So I think we're looking at 7 inches wide for the top. But I do need to account for the sides being, let's see if I can't tell. This is like 6.5, just the fabric. So that's what we're gonna have to figure out. 6.5 is just how wide the couch is. But then we have to account for how thick the wood is going to be for the top. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's go. Okay, here's my scrap piece of wood that I want to use. I've got some other pieces over here, but they're like too chunky or too thin, but I think this one's gonna be perfect for what I'm gonna use. So I want it to be about 15 inches long, and the top itself for the couch is 6.5 inches, but then I'm gonna have to account for, so this is 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch times 2 plus 6.5 inches is what I'm gonna have to have as far as the width is concerned. Let's do some math. I am not good at math, so give me a minute. Welcome back. It's 8 inches. So that's minimum. That's with like probably 0 wiggle room. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more, and then that'll be our top piece. So I decided on 8.5. Just gonna go down this board, mark 8.5. It'll give me 1/4 inch on each side play. And then I'm gonna make a mark of 15 inches. That's how long I want it. All right, so let's make some lines. Who drew these lines? Whew. Lord, let me get a square. So this is my top. Now I need to cut my legs. Probably whatever's left of this, just divide it in half. I'm thinking. Make it easier. All right, let's see. How much do we got here divided by 2? Math, math, math. Okay, 15 inches, so 7.5. So we'll make a cut. We'll make a mark at 7.5. Let me get my palm sander out. Start sanding these down. So it look like something like this. Right? So I have sanded these 3 pieces, 2 legs in the top, and now I am going to do something else. I want to trace out the circumference of the bottom of a mug, like a coffee mug, and I want to make like a little bit of a divot or an inset into this wood. Don't know how clean it's gonna look, because the last time I attempted to do that was with my epoxy cutting board project, and it's hard. It's hard to carve out a circle or, you know, a shape, so I'm gonna try that with this. But first I'm gonna find out which side I want to use, and then do a shallow divot so that if I do have a drink up here, it won't easily knock over. It'll have a little bit of an inset. So I want to do that, and then I also would like to router the edges so that the edges of the top are a little bit more visually appealing. I have 2 different cups. My large mug, coffee mug, and my red bowl. Listen. I know what you're gonna say about my Red Bull. I hear you. It's my one guilty pleasure. We'll leave it at that, okay? So let's go ahead and trace out. I want to do it in the center because I want to leave room for other stuff. We'll trace out an edge to notch. Let me find the center of this. And I don't mind getting pretty tied up on the bottom of this mug because as I chip away, it's not going to be, we're going to have room. Okay, so I've got that one, and then I'm going to attempt to maybe do, no, I don't think I'll have to do, I was going to say maybe another one inside of it, but I really don't think, well, I'll just draw it out just in case. Change my mind. I'm a woman, I'm allowed to change my mind. Okay, that's just some rough estimates. Okay, so another challenge is I'm not going to be able to go too deep because this is only 3/4 of an inch as it is. So I'm going to have just a shallow router this out with shallow. So I'm going to go get my router. We're going to start here. And that way too, if you like lean up against this or whatever, it's not going to be a sharp corner. Hopefully you can see, but it's got this routered edge and it's soft. So, and then I kind of just did a little bit of extra sandpaper on the corners so the corners are a little bit blunted and not so sharp. So the top is looking nice, I think. All right, now I'm going to change out my bit so that I can try to gouge out that circle. I am not going to let this get super deep. I'm going to try to keep this shallow, which is nice because you can manage that with the depth of your router. So I can know for sure that I'm not going to go too far down. All right. Here's the rough cut. So now I'm going to put my other bit back on, I think, and clean that up. And then I can sand it really well. It's too shallow. Dang. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't really have any other options. I've got my rough cuts and my palm sander is too big for this small area. So I'm just going to take a little piece sandpaper and hand sand these rough edges on the inside, smooth them out as best I can, and see what we're left with. It's definitely going to be a little rough, but it'll work for what I'm wanting it for anyway. I wish I would have had a different bit, a different bit for my router for this part, but it's okay. Probably would have made it look a little bit more uniform. But I really think it'll work just fine. Good news is that this wood is pine. Well, I say the good news because good and bad. And it is very soft. This wood is very soft, so it's not taking much for me to smooth out these edges. Then I'll probably do a natural stain on this. The exterior, probably not the interior. I don't want any chance of the stain leaching through and staining my couch. So I'll probably do just a natural seal on the exterior of this, and then polyurethane it, just to help with the longevity and durability of it. We're just going to call this rustic. Okay, this is our rustic table here. Okay, just going to wrap it up there. Okay, so now that I got that, let me go get a mug and try it out. Oh yeah. I mean, you don't want to, obviously. Seems pretty secure. I like it. All right, so now comes the fun part of drilling, putting this all together. But what I don't want to do is have screws showing through the top of my board. So what I have is 6 screws. They're 1 5/8 inch. I think they're going to be plenty to get through both. Then I have some wooden dowels. Okay, 6 of these. What I'm going to do is I have found this screw and the wooden dowel that will correspond with like the width or circumference of the head of this screw. Hear me out. So what I'm going to do is make 6 pilot holes, 3 on each side, into my legs, right? Guess I got to figure out which side I want to show, because it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm gonna drill through this into the boards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna drill not this circumference of the top of the head first, but I'm going to pre-drill for the actual screw itself. So a smaller drill bit, so that when the screw goes through, it doesn't split this wood or this wood. Okay, so I'm going to drill down. Then I'm going to come back, and on top of these 6, I'm going to take a larger diameter bit, one that's roughly the size of this, and then I'm just going to go in a hair, like a little bit, because I just want to countersink the screws just a touch. I have countersink bits. You should probably find them. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. You can do it this way. I totally forgot I have countersink bits. They're bits designed for this in mind. It actually has a smaller drill bit on the bottom and then a chunkier one on top. Let me see if I can find it so I can explain it. I think I remember what happened to it. I had to return it to the hardware store because it broke. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do just what I said. I'm going to mark my holes evenly and drill straight through, and then we're going to move forward with the next steps. You'll see, because this is so rocky and I don't have a good brace on this, I'm going to make some marks. Now I'm gonna come back with a bigger head. Actually, I can take this off for now. I've got all my holes. Bigger drill bit. So, just double check. Yeah, these will fit. This is what those holes look like. Not super pretty, but they will be, or prettier than just flat screw heads. All right, now I need to line this back up with my marks. Not gonna over tighten them. I just need them to be placeholders right now so I can line this all up. And then I can get them snug. All right, check it out. You have the makings of a little side table, right? Or an arm table, something. I'm gonna tighten up all the screws. I am good with that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some wood glue on these little doodad dolly dowels and put them, I'm missing, oh here it is. So put them all in here and then I will come back and I will cut them off so that they are even with the top of this. I'll give these a little tap, although I think that they're in there now. Okay, so while this dries for a little bit, I'm gonna go inside and make some lunch, and by that time I'll come back and shave them off. Chicken salad on croissant was for lunch, really good. Now I'm gonna take the fourth or fifth tool I own. You can definitely do this with like a handsaw, a small like fine tooth handsaw if you have one. I have an undercut saw with a sharp blade. I'm gonna use this. Now that I have them cut down, I'm gonna sand it smooth. Should we go see if it fits? I feel like we've done all of this and we haven't even checked it yet. Let me wipe this down, wipe it down, and then we will go check for the fit. Okay, moment of truth. Before I stain it and polyurethane it and finish it. Let's see. What do we think? A little bit of wiggle room in here, but for the most part, let's see. I like it. And I think what I could do if I wanted to brace this better is put some wedges built in here, but even if I tip it over, like as far as it'll go on one side, my cup isn't gonna move, especially because it's got that groove. So yeah, I like it. I think it works. I don't even think I'm gonna need to like add anything to this if I didn't want to, like the little pop out. I haven't even looked for the bracket yet, but this will fit a little plate if I need to like bring a little plate and my drink or whatever I want to just set right here so that my arm cushion doesn't get messed up. I also have those little like those little sticky pads. I think I have some large ones that might also help as a cushion. You know what I'm talking about? They go like underneath your furniture. Probably stick some on the inside. But this isn't moving anywhere. Like, it's not sliding around. So, yeah, I like it. This is a semi-transparent natural color wood finisher. It's going to be like almost nothing. It's almost going to look like, it's basically what our butcher block. It's going to match nicely with what we've got our countertops and our open shelving and everything inside. But this will just help protect it in the long run, and spills or anything like that. Help seal the wood. And again, I'm not going to do the inside. I'm going to leave the inside bare. I don't want it to run any risk of leaching any of that stain from the inside onto the couch. Even though this product says it dries in 2 hours. I just know as soon as I set this down on the couch, if there's stain on the underside, I'm going to pick it up and there's going to be marks. That would be my luck. I'm just using a shop towel, shop rag for this stain. Not going to use anything fancy. We'll say it's kind of nice to work on a project for me. I don't remember the last time well, I'll take that back. I don't remember the last time I made something for myself, but my potting bench. That was a pretty cool one. And I use that every day. Okay, we're done. We're done with that, and I will let this dry here for a little bit. And then I might hit it with some polyurethane. Oh, and I want to look for the little pads. I need to see if I have any, but if not, no big deal. Those little bumpers. Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me on my second project of the day. It was fun to make this, and just shows you what you can do around your house with some scraps that you have left over. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.
On the Denman Homestead, where the sun sets golden in the west, we live in harmony with nature, doing what we love best. From the garden to the kitchen, and the bees inside their hive. On the Denman Homestead, come along and plant, nourish, thrive.